My name is Albert.whale. I'm the founder and CEO of IT Security Solutions. Today we're talking about why you need a trusted managed security service partner while controlling risk for our information age. This is all coming about during the pandemic of 2019-2020. And what we want to talk about starts off with, is it safe? So this young lady is told that she needs to mask herself to protect herself from the harms of the coronavirus. But in this worldwide pandemic, we have people that have been living under a mask for quite a while. Yes, they want to parade around and tell you that it's safe because they have their mask on as well. But the reality of this is that they have their own intentions at heart, not yours. So the reason why I'm talking about this is this cybersecurity market has exploded, and I'm sure that it's going to jump even past the numbers that are showing here. 173 billion is a lot of money. And most of it is going to come down to the problems with the pandemic, which has shifted our employees out of the office and to working at home. Now that's going to provide some cost savings for a lot of businesses, but it's also going to introduce a lot of headaches. And I'm talking about headaches for organizations that have data that they want to hold near and dear to their hearts. Initially, we're focusing on banking and financial, utilities, healthcare, but law firms have it. So do accountants and many other businesses that want to stay in business. So here's what's going on and why things have to change. The Cybersecurity 202, this is the advanced or seemingly advanced by the Power Post, has the cyber attackers hitting the research facilities, the hospitals, and our vital infrastructure. Yeah, I'm talking about the utilities that keep the lights on, folks. This stuff is not a joke. It's very serious, and we need to take it that way. Because here we have the CISA, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency for the United States, talking about issues with VPNs. Now, a lot of people have thought that VPNs are the, how should I say it, the golden goose for security. You put a VPN on and everything's safe. So I want you to remember that because I'm coming up to discussing what is happening with people using VPNs. And as a matter of fact, to further augment and implement what's going on, the cyber crime stores are increasing the number of sales for hacked servers. And why is that important? Because the hacked server provides direct access into the corporate network. So the hackers, instead of just selling the passwords and people's names and confidential information, now they're giving direct access inside services for organizations. And why is this happening? Well, it's happening for a number of reasons, but here's one new thing. And I want to ask you, do you see something missing here? So the organization is duly noted up here in the top left quadrant with the employee coming in on the VPN client. Now let me explain this briefly for you. The VPN client is an employee working from home. They have a VPN tunnel and it goes past the firewall into the VPN connection and then permits direct access inside the network. Maybe let me replay this one more time. There's no firewall at home. Once they get into the office, there's nothing there that's going to stop what's going on. They have a direct access point inside the network. This is essential because if you think about this briefly, there was an explosive attack that happened in a nationwide retail store with this same scenario that happened a number of years ago. Can you think of it? Do you know who it is? Do you remember Target? Yes, Target got breached with the largest credit card hack that ever happened in our nation's history, and we're going back to relive this. Now, Target had a lot of resources to deal with the problem, and they put a lot of manpower against it as well. And it didn't fix the problem overnight. It fixed it in maybe 6 to 18 months. That's a long time to be able to not have your revenue stream like you thought you were going to have it again. This is why things need to change. So here we have ItSafe. ItSafe is introduced into the network to block the new attack strategy by looking at the traffic that's going in and out of the organization, just as it always has. Okay? The internal network traffic is now protected through the VPN so that activities aren't allowing the data, the private data for the company, to leave the office. Now, this is essential because it blocks the target scenario. It also blocks the problems that we're seeing with activities that go on when the VPN client isn't talking in the office and they get hacked out onto the internet and then they want to reconnect later on. This also works for scenarios with the cloud, but we'll talk about that in a follow-up conversation. So I want to switch a little bit to the underground secret of the Redwood Forest. And I came upon this in my learnings on networking and things of that nature. But the Redwood Forest has designed its own internal network structure that supports both the young and the old organisms in their development. These redwood trees are over 2,000 years old. And they're that old because they've supported each other in drought and movement of the soil, in earthquakes, and everything else. They've been around a lot longer than we have, personally anyway. I mean, humanity's been around for 2,000 years, but I certainly haven't. Have you? So the network of root system under the ground reaches out and they attract each other. The larger trees certainly bundle and intertwine so that they can communicate better. And the smaller trees seek out the root systems of the larger trees to stabilize them in this environment as well. This helps protect the organisms in the environment because now they have a stable system that shares information through the organisms both large and small. What are we doing that's similar? What we're doing is building something we're calling MD cubed. Managed detection, defense, and destruction of intruders. That's making the network stronger together because what we're doing is finding out the activities that are going on with the hackers and the exploits that are being developed in the home, and we're blocking the access of information from the home office to the business office. Now, doing this in a business environment, we could have multiple home users like the president, the treasurer, the CFO, and all of the security team having devices in their office that report back into the corporate office so that they can all communicate about new activities going on. And what we intend to do even further is scale this for all clients so that what we're doing is the root system of the redwoods in the organizations to help protect each other. That's the benefit of a stronger network for cybersecurity. Here we're learning it from Mother Nature because the real question is, can you afford the 6 to 18 months to clean up after a data breach happens? And this is significant because, as I've shown you, we're using the same structure and networking that is going on that has happened before historically from Target. And you know, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat history, right? So that's our pivot. That's the MD Cube system for our global pandemic, and we're protecting organizations from the cyber criminals both at home and at work. I'll take this time to answer any questions you may have. You can contact me direct through email on the screen or my phone number as well. Thank you so much. Have a great day.